And rolling. Gotta go faster, faster, faster. Sonic X.
Sonic, I love Sonic. He's so cool.
Welcome to Faster Forward.
Faster forward.
Where
I
we
love
go
this
faster
section.
than Craig at an Apple conference.
See, you have to listen to the Fast Forward podcast to get some of the Faster Forward jokes.
Yeah, this is like the sequel.
So we got some snips to jump into, some quick stories.
And then we're going to do Hyper Gripe later on where don't look at the list. So I'll just pull up the list. I'll ask you guys without any spoilers in that one.
I will not peek, Storm. This will be
neither.
genuine, authentic results and reactions. Lewis, why don't you start us off with the snip snaps?
All right. So the first one is Sheryl Sandberg wedding investigation. So you obviously know about Sheryl Sandberg leaving as COO.
Yep, she's no longer at Meta.
No longer. So she wanted to do philanthropic efforts, but the powerful executive also reportedly felt burnt out after building Facebook into a global force and scrutiny of her every move, which includes a review by Meta into her upcoming wedding to marketing CEO Tom Bernthal. Meta's probe into whether Sandberg misappropriated company resources to plan the bash was still ongoing as of May. So
the company was actually probing her, and it went on for a while about her using company resources. What was the party? A bridal party? Or
yeah, it was like a wedding party or something.
So she's using company resources for her wedding.
Yeah, and then the investigation comes after a separate inquiry into allegations that Sandberg pressured the Daily Mail to spike a critical story about her then boyfriend, Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
She was dating Activision
CEO.
Blizzard CEO.
Yeah.
Wait, they're not dating anymore?
Well, I guess not. It looks like she's getting married to someone else.
Okay.
So yeah,
She's
she's
kinda
shady.
hot. Oh, you were gonna say shady?
Well, yeah, it's definitely shady.
Can we edit out what I said?
That's what makes her hot, really.
That's
A little
real.
mystery going on.
Yeah, powerful and scary.
Yeah, so very interesting, to say the least.
Well, it's kind of weird that an executive that high up in the company, like COO, like she's top C-suite, is getting investigated by her own company for misappropriation of resources in the company. But also that might be one of the variables in why she.
How much
left.
do you think that? Like, here's the thing, though. How much do you think that that thing would cost her?
Honestly, these people live it big, Lewis.
Yeah.
Like they spend our yearly salary at lunch.
Did she
Yeah.
throw it in the metaverse? Is that why it was so?
Yeah, the company that's actually what the metaverse was built for. Was for her wedding to be VR.
Yeah.
Because she's like, oh, I want to have a wedding with this fucking pandemic. All right, let's build a metaverse. What she said in regards to the just burning out and also public scrutiny make pretty good points. I don't think Sheryl wanted to be at Meta anymore. I think that's why she's not. She's also made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like a lot, probably.
It's kind of like that thing, like, when you make, like, because you're talking about, they're trying to move away from advertising. Because that was Facebook's bread and butter. That's
Yeah.
how they made all their money.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, when Sheryl Sandberg is literally like, well, that's why I was here. And
Yeah.
we're not doing that anymore. Like, maybe she probably just didn't have the vision to move it forward.
Yeah, it's going in a different direction. Also, she's already grown the company so much. Like, there's not really much more it can grow. And it hasn't been. Actually, users-wise, it hasn't been. So if you're rich, you're not growing the company in exciting ways the way you did before, and it's going in a different direction, it's almost like you would assume that Sheryl was leaving.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why she would stay. When she's got probably like, $100 million or something stupid.
Oh, dude, she has a net worth of billions of dollars.
Is it? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to overestimate.
Sheryl Sandberg, net worth, okay. Let's see.
A couple billies.
1.6 billion.
1.6 billion. So she does not need to be at a company that's stagnant and going in a direction she doesn't know about or care about.
Why did she need to use company resources? Just
Yeah.
like, what do you-
Literally just sell your meta stock.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, like that's why I was saying like Meta's gonna like investigate her over like 50K. You know what I
Well,
mean?
here's what I'm thinking. Like, when you're that busy and you've got a big event and you're that rich, it's really easy to be like, using your own personal assistants, your own office to like coordinate, to procure resources, like to hire decorators, to bring them into the boardroom for meetings.
Yeah.
Like, to almost use the company and the facilities and resources and staff as an extension of your personal life.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that's probably what happened. I don't think she was like,
Seems
I'm gonna
kinda petty, though,
I'm gonna book- It does. And also,
Doug's probably like, seriously,
Zuck needs that money back into the AR, VR, the Oculus.
He realized like when he tried to buy like super hot VR, like his card declined. That's when he starts like checking
what
like
happened? He checks his
the
credit card.
transactions. He's like, what the heck?
She bought
Wedding
brunch.
planning, yeah,
She bought brunch for a group of girls that were planning her wedding.
yeah,
So-
$80. She's like, was that company resources $80?
But pretty much, Sheryl Sandberg is getting sued by Apple. No, that's too cap. Sheryl Sandberg is under investigation by Meta for spending money on her wedding.
Meta is really sus right now.
Meta is investigating Sheryl. Wait, Meta is investigating Sheryl for stealing money from the company?
Meta is going broke.
Okay, you got enough of those. Okay, so I'll follow up.
That's
Apparently, Budweiser,
Budweiser,
the
yep.
beer company, has partnered with Zed Run to sponsor a horse in the race.
So what is Zed Run, Lee?
So Zed Run is like,
Or sorry, what is Zed Run, Storm?
I actually know a little bit. I'll let Storm take it from there. It is an NFT project that has NFT horses running in a race, and these races are going on all day long. I think you can buy horses, and I think there's also rewards if you win. But Storm, why don't you take it from there?
That's all correct. It operates like the real horse racing industry in the fact that if your horse wins, it's a desirable stud and you can send it out to stud and get paid bounty like that to produce other horses.
Okay.
And so people race their own horse, and I think the Budweiser sponsorship of it is pretty cool. I've seen a lot just watching the space with different companies that are in the Web 2 world just trying to do Web 3 things. I think Budweiser's approach is kind of cool here. They found a organic fit with obviously their Clydesdale past with all their Super Bowl commercials and everything about their brand. And so they don't have to reinvent.
It's a perfect fit.
Yeah, it's attaching their name to something that already works, is big in the community, instead of making a project that kind of flops, makes people pay money.
I like this move for a number of reasons. Horse racing is so American. Zed Run is a stable NFT project. Budweiser has had these horses.
Is that a pun?
What?
Stable NFT project?
Oh, I did not.
Oh my God.
Damn, your head is working like on levels. Mine is it not? Just no. But yeah, I mean,
Or you subconsciously did that.
or maybe I'm just going crazy with the puns. But yeah, the it's a perfect match, and you don't see these opportunities all the time. You don't see companies do new things right. This is so sick. Even the ad is sick. What a great way to. And here's the cool thing too. It's kind of like when you got NASCARs with company logos on them. Now you've got this like Budweiser horse. Now what I'm wondering is there actually a Budweiser horse, or are they just the official beer?
All I've heard so far, and there might be more out there, but it's just that they're going to be an official partner of some sort. So I don't know how that plays into the game yet.
Okay, so there actually isn't a horse, because there's like this golden Budweiser horse in the ad that I'm seeing. I didn't know if they're gonna mint like a limited run of Budweiser horses.
I'm not sure.
And if they win races with the Budweiser logo, Budweiser pays the owner or something. That would be kind of cool, right? Anyway,
What sponsor do you guys want to see on a Zed Run horse? Tomorrow Inc., of course.
Tomorrow Inc.
Fast Forward, of
podcast.
course.
Yeah.
Elmer's Glue, maybe. I don't know.
What other sponsor would be pretty good on? How about
You know,
Realbotix?
or definitely not BuzzFeed.
Fuck. Why did I do that? That was way better. It was the next story.
Definitely not BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed is going bankrupt.
Are BuzzFeed employees jumping ship?
Yeah.
Look at you froze. You're like,
What's happening with BuzzFeed, Lewis?
So BuzzFeed, yesterday or 2 days ago, sorry, BuzzFeed stock is down almost 40% today. The day employees and executives lockup expires, the market cap is now less than their yearly revenue. And then someone says, you will not believe what the stock price is nowadays. But it's interesting because BuzzFeed as a company has always kind of been on the decline and has had a business model that always seemed like it wasn't going to be sustainable anyway. I know something.
Wait, why is their business model not sustainable?
Because they focus too much on personalities within their brands, but weren't securing them well with good enough contracts.
Yeah, because they would just go and start making content on their own afterwards.
So what happens is you have Tasty, which is a BuzzFeed brand, right? One of the biggest video making platforms there is. They had the Unsolved series where they kind of dissected like unsolved mysteries and gave you a case about it. Very popular as well. And like just all, and then they had the Try Guys as well, which was like those 4 guys who were very eccentric, and they just did stuff together and they were funny, but they never were able to lock them in that well. So just what naturally happens is that you don't watch BuzzFeed for BuzzFeed, you watch BuzzFeed for the personalities, and then when they're not being satisfied by their contracts or what they're getting paid, they just make new channels. And that's exactly what happened. All of those, they all have new channels now, and they're doing amazingly because they're independently run by these content creators now.
You know what's interesting about this dynamic? Because this is also the story behind the Call Her Daddy Barstool Sports situation where they got brought on for the podcast, they did well, then they want to renegotiate.
Yeah.
The issue with this system, period, and why it doesn't work and why it hurts companies is because they take a ton of shots, right? They'll find 10 different podcasts or they'll fund 15 different shows, and then out of those, like 1 to 5 of them will actually stick.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that are supposed to pay for the loss of
the other
investing
ones.
in the other ones, and also profit for the whole operation. The problem is, as soon as the one wins, like the one of them works out, they want their true value today. They want what they're worth, right to the point where there's like not even a profit margin, because they're like, oh, I generate $100,000 in ad revenue, and I get 100,000 subscribers a year, and I get us 10,000 impressions a day on our social media pages. That's what this is all worth. I want that.
Yeah.
But the problem is that doesn't factor in the risk
that was taken before. And to go back to your point there too, is that BuzzFeed was almost doing that like by 5 times, because one of BuzzFeed's like their goal, their mission was to like fund like actual good like investigative journalism, like some that have won Pulitzer prizes. Like BuzzFeed is like very credible when it comes to like their actual journalism.
Yeah.
But that's expensive to do, right? You have stories that go for like 4 to 5 months that you have to pay someone to do.
Yes, and you don't get to you have to do good stories too. You can't compromise on political stuff and write crappy trash that gets clicks. You have to write good journalism as well.
Yeah, and
it's expensive.
And so what ends up happening is that exactly what you're saying, they have these influencers who are wanting their piece of the pie that they feel like they rightfully own, and they can't fund it. So.
I think the industry just needs better contracts. I think they just need to start saying, we want like they've been doing this in the music industry for a long time.
Yeah.
Right? Like they own the masters, they get publishing. I think if I was in this space and I was funding a bunch of different content creators, I would say, whether you work with me or not, moving forward, I want royalties on 15% royalties on all of this content you create, period.
Yeah.
Whether you're with us or you're not. And then I will give you the $100,000 or $200,000 it takes to produce your show. And if they don't want to do it, then you move on and find somebody else, because eventually you'll find people that want to do it, and then you'll be able to actually profit and your company can stay alive, versus BuzzFeed, who's literally trading lower than their annual earnings right now. Yeah. Which is crazy.
It's tough too, because like with the music industry, they've been in it for so long. So because of that, they just have so much leverage and all the relationships with all the people you need to know, versus like we're talking about a new medium now. Like even like podcasts, YouTube videos, like is still such like a newborn phase of media.
The platforms are not valuable anymore because anyone can just go on YouTube, make content and do well, and publish content really easily and find an audience. Yeah. What's actually valuable is the personal brand. So if you come to a platform and your brand is nothing, and then that platform builds your personal brand, they fund it, they put you out there, they get your face exposed, they help you with media training, they get you the eyeballs, and then you can walk away with all of that equity. It's like let's say the they Call Her Daddy. She was nobody. Her podcast is not doing very well. They put her on. They blew her up, but she walked away with Call Her Daddy. She walked away with the entire IP of the show, of her personal brand. So I think at some point they need to be like, okay, let's say Lewis, you're a content creator now, right? So let's say a company wants to help you take Coding with Lewis to 1 million. They should almost make Coding with Lewis like a corporation, and they should get equity in it forever. Do you know what I mean? If they're going to invest the money in it, right?
For sure.
Or they just have to like pay you like nothing to do the work for a few years, and you get to walk away with it for free afterwards. Like there has to be a trade-off, right?
But that's what's tough too, because you're 100% right. But what ends up happening is that they end up like signing these because they probably do make these types of contracts, but they end up like making a new show, right? Like they make instead of call her daddy, like the show is now called Call Her Mommy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now technically it's a whole brand new show because it's different. Finger quotes there. It's
That's what I'm saying.
tough.
It's like it's her personal brand that was built. That's what I'm saying. It's like not even the name of the show, but the person and the personality should be like somehow like an NFT maybe, where they have like a smart contract on.
And that's where like the legal
Storm.
things, because it's like it's tough, right? With the like being able to like doing a life contract of anything is like morally like tough.
Yeah, you can put caps on it. Like after X amount of return, like you move on or something. You could do, I don't know. The way it's working now is not working clearly.
Yeah.
And Lewis was saying that these personalities on BuzzFeed were unsatisfied a little while back. But speaking of being unsatisfied, let's talk about the man who
The man who's building robots to fuck. Realbotix.com is a place where
I like how like Storm was like so like subtle about it. He was like, robots built to fuck. Wait, these robots? I'm trying to think here. These robots
you were about to
will
go
fuck you?
this, yeah.
These robots are going to fuck you? Wait, you can have sex with a robot? Where can I buy one?
sex robots are here. It was a good run, society. Barstool Sports tweeted that.
Wait, you can do what with these robots?
Damn, that's gonna get clicks. So yeah, funny enough, I've been following this whole industry for years, and I mean, it's not news to me that sex robots are here and that they're making lots of strides. Now, as far as news, I don't know if there's anything really, groundbreaking in recent news when it comes to this company, but the fact that they're getting media attention on Twitter, people are talking about it, I think that's going to bring a lot of traffic to these platforms, and I guess open people up to the idea that you can have a partner, sexual or otherwise, that is not human.
Do you want to maybe just kind of give like a high level look of kind of like where we are roughly and like what these are for?
So right now, you can get a full body, a full human-sized body robot that some of them have sexual functionalities. It's hard to do this with a straight face, to be honest. Functionalities for vaginal, anal, oral sex.
Oh.
And okay, damn, that's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. And then also software functionalities that allow for conversation, like AI, intimate relationships. I think Lewis or Storm even mentioned that there's like an app that goes with this one that you can like talk to them when you're like at work or whatever, and then you come home and the physical robot's there as well. So there's kind of like the digital relationship with the physical one. What I know to be true is that these robots are relatively inexpensive when you compare them to the cost of a real female partner. And I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Like
sorry, not a female partner. Like any partner, period.
No, any partner, period. But right now, I'm saying there's a lot more products targeting men.
For sure, yeah. Just gotta put that out there.
Yes. So if you're a guy and you have $5,000, you might save more money to do this than go on Tinder dates and.
Wait, this is only $5,000.
Some of the models are like in that range.
Well, sorry, is that the full body kind?
There's a ton of different companies, so we got to really be careful. They all do different things. Some of them, like I said, have like oral sex functionality. Some of them don't.
I'm watching this one video where this one woman is presenting a robot coming on stage, and it's a version of her.
Doing what on stage?
You know what's funny too? So if you go to sexdollgenie.com, sexdoll.
Everyone, turn on privacy.
Yeah,
turn on privacy search first at home for listeners.
Sex doll, what's it called?
Genie. So GENIE.com. So if you go to there and you go to just the collections and then go to AI sex robots.
Collections. Wait, so where's
Babe,
the
I swear the Fast Forward podcast told me to look this up.
So here, I'll send it to you in the chat here.
No, don't send it in a slot.
Too late. You can see the prices range. The prices range from 2,600 to 3,100.
Can we delete that off this chat?
Yeah, he has to do it.
Yo, delete that off the thing.
I'll delete it. And you can see these are full body. But different, and there's tons of options and add-ons. So
Well, no, but what I'm saying is that these things don't move, do they?
oh yeah,
Or they just I thought they look like they're like stagnant. Like I have to position. Sorry.
oh
God,
you know
I'm
what,
looking at-
you know what, you're right. So this is this is for the doll, for the robotic functionalities. There's other companies out there.
Dude, what the hell, man? This is the creepiest shit I've ever seen.
And I guess here, just to not
Look
to dwell.
at that there, guys. Like that. If I came home to that, I would friggin' punch it in the head.
Yeah, so they are creepy.
Not like I'm
looking.
into that.
Yeah, dude, what? If I came home, I would punch it in the head. Dude, you gotta be careful. This is a snip, so we don't want to dwell too much. I think we are going to have to do a fast forward where we talk specifically
Yes.
about sex robots. Maybe bring on a guest that's in the space.
Yves Cohn, maybe.
Can you imagine? Yves
Yves
Cohn's
Cohn, yeah.
literally the founder or something like that.
He's like, check out my collection. Just goes on cab, and then there's 50 of them right there aligned. It's like Cynthia, Samantha.
Ooh, Cynthia
Serenity.
should be cheating. That's Lee's AI girl, right?
The real news is that just like AR and VR technology like this, it's been around for a while, is starting to actually to gain traction and speed and public awareness. So how many years away are we really from literally having sex robots being a normal part of conversation? Like you have friends and you're at the bar and some of you guys go home to your wives and others go home to a sex robot. What do you think? What is the likelihood of that happening and how far away are we?
Well, it's kind of like a thing where it's only weird because we're making it weird right now. If I started coming to the bar and saying I gotta go home to Cynthia, after a while you just get used to it. Would you stop being my friend if I did that?
Here's where I would stop being
No?
a friend. If it was really whack and the technology sucked and it was obviously fake.
I think it does suck.
Yeah, it does. You're right. It does. But yeah, the technology, if it was not really impressive, I think you're kind of lame for doing that. Now, if the technology,
Why do you think I'm lame?
Just because
What if I'm like, yo, my girl?
Wait,
my
Lee, how are
bitch-
you gonna know if it's bad technology? You're gonna be like, I'm gonna come over and test your robot first to make sure
I'll
I
know,
can.
You looking at my girl, bro?
Hey, these what-
You looking at my girl?
Hold on. The marketing websites,
Oh,
the
where's
advertising-
your girl's marketing website, huh?
my human girlfriends?
Yeah. Where's your marketing
I
website?
mean,
That's whack, dude. And even
okay,
responsive.
hold on,
I can't even go on my phone.
Listen, okay. What I'm trying to say is, if you have a really weird thing at home and that's your girlfriend and you're serious about it, that's weird to me. If it's really basically lifelike, I couldn't if I walked in your house, I couldn't tell the difference until I started having a conversation with them. Then I'm like,
Until she's sitting like this. You walk in.
just completely lifeless, laying on the thing.
What if they're using?
Sorry, I got to turn her on first.
So that's my point. So
What
if
if they're
that's
using?
what it is,
What if they're using Face ID? So you come into my house with my a mask of me on.
and I unlock it. So hold on a second. I'm trying to get through this thought here, guys. So what I'm saying is, if it is like that, and I know there's no camera on Storm to see his wonderful pose, but if her arms are flailed, lifeless on the couch, and you're just like, hey, hon, I'm home, that's weird to me. If it's pretty much real life and so close to real life, and the AI is actually really good and knows you and cares about you and is understands you intimately and knows all your little things.
25
and,
years for
you
that.
watch movies with them. You can you can't eat with them, but they sit at the dining table with you, and then they also are God in bed. I think, or a goddess in bed. That could come back to haunt me.
You're sus, man. You are a suspect, bro.
Yeah, if that was a situation, I would have complete respect for it. So
Yeah.
I think, like you said, we're a long way from that.
25 years.
25 years. So basically, our midlife crisis is right around that time.
Hell yeah. I'm glad we timed it right.
Yeah. Sorry, babe. You're out. My robotic girlfriend's in. Get a Porsche. Move to Florida. Midlife crisis. Realbotix.com. Okay.
All right, next one.
That's it for the snips. Lewis, can you tell us about what's going on with Morbius? The
You want
stories.
to just skip this one?
Sure.
It's not it was just going to be a joke.
We can literally just make a little.
list.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then so we'll just do Hyper Grave. That sounds
All
like a lot
right.
of fun.
Don't
All right.
go in it though.
Don't go
Oh,
in.
don't go in it.
Yeah. Hype or gripe. I'm going to ask the guys. So this is how I structured it. I have two things and they're somewhat related. And then
Okay.
you guys pick which one of the two is hype and which one of them is
Right.
like gripe, which is like a minor complaint and it rhymes a little bit. And that's what we're going with.
So basically, one's cool, like one's good and one's not good.
And then give me a quick line of like why you picked that one and why the other one's gripe.
Okay.
And then,
Hype or gripe? Let's do it.
Sweet. Krispy Kreme the donut, which Lewis just tried for the first time today, or the artist formerly known as Krispy Kreme, aka Froggy Fresh and Money Making Mike.
I don't know that one really.
So I would say this one's tough.
How good was the donut? I guess for you, Lewis. Like, was it?
It was okay,
it hype?
but I had it when it was cold, and so I really should have warmed that up because it was like it was refrigerated too. So,
I like them better refrigerated.
well, so to me that's gripe, and then I'm just gonna say hype because is he dead?
No.
He's not. He actually like fell off. I think he has special needs. No.
Oh, I don't actually know.
Or he might have been pretending.
Yeah.
Krispy Kreme was fire, dude. I'm going to say Krispy Kreme was hype. And actually, I'm going to say my gripes with Krispy Kreme because you know what fucked up Krispy Kreme, the rapper's career, is when Krispy Kreme, the donut company, came after him for using their name and made him change his name. And then he had to be like Froggy Fresh.
Froggy Fresh.
And then literally his career went from here to here.
Froggy Fresh does not sound like that. Sounds like a kid's rapper.
How sick is the name Krispy Kreme for a rapper?
Yeah.
It's Krispy Kreme. Dude, it was
That sounds cool.
It was sick.
Yeah.
It was, and Krispy
It
Kreme
wasn't cool. It was like kind of a joke rapper.
He was
We'll
a
show you
joke
after.
rapper.
But
Yeah,
he wasn't cool. He
No.
was literally full comedy. Like I
Yeah.
said, he had like special needs, or he was making fun of special needs. And
I don't know if
arguably-
he was. Well, maybe, okay, yeah.
Didn't he have a guy Didn't he have a guy that was also his buddy that had special needs?
I don't even know. I think that just might be who those guys are as human
Oh,
beings.
okay.
So I
I gotta be careful.
yeah.
Um,
We can cut some stuff.
But
Sorry.
you know, don't cut it. No, it's fine.
Yeah.
The thing is, Krispy Kreme as a company maybe didn't want that type of material associated with their brand, but it was great for their brand. Like Krispy
Yeah.
Kreme was huge on YouTube, lots of impressions for them, and to go and destroy that poor man's rap career, it looked like he came from a trailer house. Like
Yeah.
he was not living the high life.
Shame on them.
Shame on them.
They didn't want the bad publicity of his rap music.
Yeah,
So, Krispy
Mike-
Kreme for you was not as hype as you thought, eh?
It was gripe.
It
Yeah.
was great, and I got a gripe with him about what they did to Krispy Kreme, the rapper's
Okay.
career.
All right. Next up, the iMessage unsend button and the Facebook Messenger unsend button.
So the Facebook Messenger one.
That's hype.
Well, it always says that you unsent the message. I don't know if iMessage is going to do that or not.
I
Should
think
it?
it does.
What's that?
Should it?
I think if you unsend a message before anyone sees it, I would just prefer it just didn't say that you sent it.
I would say I'm saying hype for Facebook Messenger because they innovated first. They are the best messaging platform. iMessage is gripe because I just like it's the most mediocre messaging app. It's just because people have iPhones, they like it. So gripe for iMessage, hype for Facebook Messenger.
I like iMessage better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So-
because I like it because it works on my laptop and my phone. A lot of my friends don't use iMessage.
no one uses iMessage.
No, Messenger's a cross-platform, but iMessage is only Apple, so that's kind of crappy. But also, Apple might do unsend better. Who knows? If Apple does unsend, where if I unsend a message before you see it, and you don't see Lee unsent the message, then I think Apple's is better. I feel like it's weird because like every time our buddy Caden, he always unsends messages in the chat. Every time he does that, what is a 3-letter word you respond with? Sus.
Yeah. But to be
Right?
fair, I just do it for him because it's like it's kind of like on brand for him.
He always does it. But
He
then
does
now it's
it.
a conversation thing. So clearly he unsent the message. He didn't want to have a conversation. And then now you're like, why did you unsend the message? What did you say? And then there's also now I have a little fucking, I'm also, you know me, super curious.
Yeah.
So as soon as I see that, my brain's just like racing. Like, what the fuck could that have been? Like, I don't sleep at night.
Yeah.
So
You know what? That's a good
my
prank.
gripes with Messenger.
Damn. That you know what? That'd be a good what's it called? A good prank where like you just know that your buddy's not on his phone for the next hour. So like you send a message, you unsend it, and then get all your buddies to be like, dude, delete that right now.
Yeah.
and then just like when you come online,
Dude,
no one tells you.
Yo, let's do that to the guys tonight.
Yeah.
I'll just send a message really quickly, and you'll be like, "Yo, delete that," and I'll delete it, and then we'll see their response, and then we'll post it on the story on the Fast Forward Story podcast.
Nice.
Love that.
Love it. All right. If you were to start a new company today, who of these two people would be the hype and who would be the gripe that you don't want on board? Sheryl Sandberg or Mark Zuckerberg
If I was to start a new company,
today?
Sheryl Sandberg is
Hype.
hype. I would say my gripe would be with Zuckerberg, only because Zuck's a visionary. It wouldn't make sense to bring him in with us. We need an operator. Cheryl's a great operator.
But no, Storm's saying a new business.
Yeah.
This is a brand new
If we
business.
started a new company, I'm not going to be the operator. I'd be useless with Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
And he's a programmer like you, like me and you are Zuckerberg combined.
Yeah.
We make up the
Zuck.
Zuck. You are the Z.
Yeah, I'm going with Sheryl, but she's sus. That's the thing. So
Get it?
like,
If she can get us to 1 billion users before she starts acting crazy and spending our money on her wedding, I'm cool with that.
well, what if she's doing what if she? Because she's been dating a lot of dudes. What if she's been spending lots of money and they're just finding out? Like this is just the crisp to the cream.
Yeah, I don't know. I would still take Sheryl over Zuck. Also, Zuck feels like he'd be awkward at parties.
Yeah. He literally had to create a metaverse to get away from them.
Yeah, so no one can see his real, like his weird robotic facial expressions.
Yeah. All right. I'm going Sheryl Sandberg. Sheryl Sandberg because she would operate much better. And but she only has a $100,000 wedding allowance.
Yep, spending limit on her credit card.
Yeah.
Morbius or Green Lantern?
Morbius, S tier.
For hype?
For hype. Morbius.
I haven't
hype.
seen Morbius. I don't know. But I would say Green Lantern was really sick. I loved Green Lantern. I know everyone's like trashed it. Ryan Reynolds, right?
Yep.
I thought it was good.
Morbius.
Both lead actors have self-deprecated about the movie after the movie. Ryan I feel like a few years later, and then Jared Leto like a month after Morbius.
So Ryan Reynolds has also played Deadpool and also played one other superhero. I can't remember who. I think one of the Fantastic Four or
But
something else.
But Jared Leto played Morbius.
I haven't seen it. Apparently, it's really bad.
Morbius.
So I'm going to say the gripe is with Morbius and hype. I would say, actually, Green Lantern gets overly trashed. I thought it was pretty good. And also, the girl that he's with is his actual real wife.
Morbius hype.
Jared Leto was also the Joker in the Suicide Squad movies.
Yep.
So they both have a range. All right, grapes or raisins?
Hype grapes.
Man,
I like great or raisins. So I'm not like a raisins, but like gripe to raisins because they.
Here's the thing.
Actually, and sorry, before I forget, gripe almost sounds like grape.
You would forget that? Sorry, I shouldn't have dunked on you like that. Here's what I'm gonna say.
Bro, my co-host and the audience are both gonna troll me.
Here's the thing. One day, Kayla is gonna be my loving partner. Kayla is gonna be wrinkly, dry old thing, and I'm still gonna love her, but I much prefer when she was young and plump, and not dry. So
not dry.
So I prefer the grape over the raisin. I feel like that's just, all things come to an end, and a raisin is just before the end.
I was just gonna say grape because I think they taste better.
So here's the thing: we're agreeing on everything. So I'm trying to present a different piece of entertaining opinion.
Yeah.
So, grapes taste better than raisins.
Yep.
And honestly, actually, fuck this for a second. Hold on.
One second.
I actually have what?
I'm just saying it's June 8th right now. I'm gonna book July 8th because that's gonna be the last day you're off the couch.
You're off the
Sleeping
couch.
on the couch.
So here's the thing: I actually have a beef with raisins. I'm really pissed about raisins in one thing.
Okay.
So I like tarts, butter tarts, pecan tarts.
When they add raisins into it.
I also love cookies, chocolate chip cookies, oatmeal cookies. When you add raisins to those two things, you are literally slapping the person that invented those beautiful baked goods. You are slapping that person in the face.
It's like why do boomers constantly feel like raisins is like a personality trait?
Just go back to your old age home and eat your raisins out of your fucking little
The
red
red box, yeah.
and fucking mind your own business. Don't put all your raisins in the tarts because you don't know what the fuck to do with them.
And they put it in everything. Literally everything they make. They put it in their freaking bread.
I would prefer raisins stay out of baked goods than politics out of Netflix.
Yeah.
I would
agree.
rather watch
It's a
woke
slap to the
content.
face.
I would rather watch woke content than eat a fucking raisin tart.
What's
Sleeping
next?
with socks on or sleeping with socks not on?
Oh, sleeping with no socks on is hype. Sleeping with socks on is ugh.
Except if you're sharing a bed with a homie. Then if you take your socks off, bro, sus.
You become sus.
Well, that was always our rule.
That was
In
our rule.
I don't know if that's something we share publicly, but me and Lewis, with our friend group growing up, we used to always say, like, if we have to share the same bed because we're traveling or sleepover or whatever,
Or romantically involved?
none of that happened. But if you took the socks off, that was like pretty much making a move on your homie. So
Yeah, but you know what? I'm over that phase now.
we're more confident in our sexuality as men. I
Yeah.
would say I'd let you take your socks off in my bed without feeling offended. I
Yeah.
wouldn't want it,
No.
to be honest.
I,
But
well-
if I'm alone in my own bed, socks on is the grossest thing to do.
oh yeah.
Socks off for
it's
sure.
horrible.
You know, your feet help regulate your temperature.
Yeah, so that's why it's like you're like 5 times more hot when you have your socks on.
What about in the winter, like depths of winter?
I still want it because the thing is, in the wintertime, I'm going to be wearing thick comforters and all that. And what if I get too hot? I want to put one of my feet out on the edge, outside of the blankets, and that will help me cool down.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Man, we agree on all of
Yeah.
these. Storm, you're going to have to find more controversial.
I don't know what's gonna get you guys like.
True.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Cruise self-driving or Tom Cruise driving?
Tom Cruise driving, dude. That's hype. I got a gripe with Cruise. I don't think it can scale, and it's not going to scale very quickly. And apparently, Tom Cruise's Top Gun movie is apparently like
Yeah.
crushing it right now.
For me, it's like I agree with your points, but to me, Tom Cruise is the gripe because he's a Scientologist, and that's like sketch.
And he's also short and doesn't like people that are taller than him on movies with him.
And did you see him on Oprah jump up on the couch? Like that's not his couch. Why is he jumping on it? You know,
Did he put his feet on the couch?
had shoes on. This was when he was getting
Oh, he didn't
married.
even take his shoes or socks off?
No, like it was like an iconic moment, but like Tom Cruise was like getting married to his like ex-wife at the time, or like at the time. I forget what you
I
don't
don't know
know.
the story
And he was
enough,
on
no.
Oprah, and he was like,
Wasn't he with Angelina Jolie?
no, that's
It's like
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt,
Nicole
true.
Kidman, I think.
No, I don't think it was Nicole. Maybe no, I don't think it was her. But either way, he was like super eccentric. He was like laughing like crazy. He was like holding Oprah's hands while he was jumping up on the couch because he was so happy he was getting married. It was like the cringiest thing of all time. So Tom Cruise, gripe, Cruise, hype. Because,
Really? You're going to give... Man, Tom Cruise has so many hit movies.
Yeah, like, but like,
And you're going to give Cruise, powered by GM and Honda, some like rinky-dink self-driving operation in California for the Silicon Valley elites.
Yeah.
You're going to give that hype?
yeah,
All right, the next one is on its own, but I'm gonna send it in the DMs, and then you guys can react to it.
oh, is this the Oreo and Ritz?
Gross. Gross and go away.
No, that's hype.
Finally, let's go.
Yo, so
That's
is that
hype.
peanut butter on one side of it?
Yeah, it's
So
peanut butter and Ritz cracker on one side, and a sandwich with an Oreo cookie on the
No,
other.
that's cheese, isn't it?
Is it cheese?
Looks like peanut butter to me.
Well, a Ritz is not normal to have.
Yeah, there's
peanut
like little
butter.
peanut butter
That's
sandwiches
peanut butter,
with
yeah.
crackers.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh,
very
it was
common.
peanut butter.
Ritz thing, yeah.
All right, but either way, I'm saying that's hype.
Yeah, that's nasty, Lewis.
No, sweet and salty.
Yeah, but like
Think about fries with ketchup.
not like a cheesy cracker with peanut butter and then the icing. This is not gonna stick.
Oh, it will stick in my mouth. That is hype. That is hype, hype, hype.
I guess I can't knock it till I try it. But
Yeah.
you know, here's the thing: the Oreo cookie is such a classic cookie.
You know how they
Doesn't need to
say
be messed with.
you
Even the double stuffed, honestly.
not a fan of that either. I'm
Because
gonna
the
admit.
ratio is so perfect to the normal cookie.
Yep, but this right here, I think is hype. I'm going for it.
That's double stuffed, and it's all the wrong kind of stuffing.
No.
And then the very last one, if you go, now you guys can go into Hyper Gripe on the page and scroll to the very bottom. It's a graphic design piece, Hyper Gripe, at the very bottom.
Oh, I saw this. That's hype, man. That's hype.
Basic microwaving.
Yeah.
Like, look how extreme that looks.
I'm gonna have to agree with Lewis. This is like the most fire image I've ever seen in my life. Like,
This is the actual question, though. Is it so bad that it's good, or is it just so bad?
It's so bad that it's good.
so bad that it's good.
Yeah, it's like
Actually, no. It's just good.
No, that wouldn't have been like. Here's the thing, right? There's definitely like a bell curve of like when it's like at first this was acceptable, then like for like 10 to 50 years after it came out, it was really bad, but then it becomes a classic again. Like when does something become classic versus just old? And to me, this is a version of a classic. Like the fact that they like, like I don't know what the like.
But
It kind of
here's the
looks
thing.
like they're being microwaved.
Well, here's the thing. There's a couple things that are kind of fucked out about this here. Number one,
A couple.
why does the textbook look that thick when it's about microwaving? Why is there a book called Basic Microwaving as if there's an advanced version of this? Why is there fucking cake on there? Who microwaves cake? You know what I mean? So those are my issues.
I'm also like, what I'm finding hilarious too is that like the way it's radiating out makes it look like it's been freaking in the microwave for a long time, but yet that butter has not melted yet.
Yeah, and also like I think back then their perception of microwaving was like super sci-fi.
Yeah.
And I think that's like kind of the inspiration here is like this like sci-fi like wave, effect.
Yeah.
But it just really isn't it. So
Who's putting a stick of butter or like a pad of butter on the corn in the microwave? It would be all over the place.
it'd be popping and it would just be splattered all over the place.
But like if you look at the side, microwave cooking library. Dude, this is insinuating that this is a collection of items.
Can you imagine you're trying to warm something up in the microwave and you had to pull out a textbook and then like alphabetically find the thing like green beans and there's like specific instructions for this? I just clicked quick 30 until it's not cold anymore. Could that have not been the instructions?
Dude, the fact that there's a microwave cooking library means that people probably open up their covers. They're like, all right, kind of like the encyclopedias.
Can you imagine this was volume 1?
Dude, they probably have like the encyclopedias, how there's like 8 gigantic books that like kind of
Yeah.
like the backs kind of like all aligned to make an image. That's probably what this is right here.
Basic microwaving.
Dude, that is so hard.
You know what this is? A great gift to give someone who you think is really stupid.
Yeah.
Hey man, happy birthday. Here's a book on basic microwaving. Because you can't cook for yourself because you're an idiot.
To be honest, like stupid people probably don't know how to use microwaves either. They probably like put it in for 5 minutes and then it just like and then it explodes. Actually, they put tinfoil in them. Actually, have you seen that?
Oh, true. There's like so many. Actually, you know what?
There's actually a lot of ways.
There's
you
a
can
lot of
kill
ways to fuck it up.
You can
Like-
kill yourself easily with a microwave. You guys remember that prank that 4chan did where they like created Apple marketing where it's like the new iPhone runs off of radiation type battery. So if you put your iPhone in the
Microwave.
if you put your
And
iPhone in
people
the,
did.
yeah, you can charge it like 5 times faster, and then people just brick their.
Actually, whoever did that, like, did such a good job of like eliminating the low hanging fruit from the ecosystem. You know what I mean? They're just like, how do we get rid of like the bottom dumbest 10% of iPhone owners?
But it's funny because like as Apple, how do you protect yourself against this?
About like people doing stuff like that.
Well, like,
you
because
can't.
you can't like write another entry into your guide and be like, do not put this in the microwave, do not put this in water, do not drop this off 10 feet. Like, there should be like a level of common sense that clearly is just not being hit.
I mean, tons of people literally bricked their phone.
Yeah.
But if Apple had in their onboarding, like, by the way, don't put this in the microwave.
Yeah.
Too many people would just be like, why the fuck am I looking at this?
I don't know. I just thought about this. So I'm sorry. This is completely like unrelated. But why do like boomers think like the Tide Pod? Like one kid ate a Tide Pod, right? And then like completely ruined our generation's credibility.
Yeah, because a bunch of other people started eating Tide Pods, dude.
No, like not many people ate Tide Pods. It was
Tons
like,
of kids did on
dude,
TikTok and stuff like that.
it was
right?
like I'm sure it was like a handful of people, but yet the boomers
They
always
think we eat Tide
they think
Pods.
we eat Tide Pods for fun. I don't know why I thought about that.
Yeah, and they huff paint and eat glue. It's all the same shit, man. Every generation eats some dumb shit.
Yeah.
You know?
So this
We eat Chinese food. One day that'll be like fucking weird, you know?
Oh, wow.
hyper gripe on this artwork.
No, hype.
Hype.
This is hype.
This is so bad it's good now.
so
Yeah.
good.
And it looks like it's going faster forward too. Like this is a good image
Yeah.
for the faster forward session today. So
Dude, this is it, man.
So I had too many laughs, and I don't know how much that's just going to make the final cut, but thanks for joining us for
Thank you.
Faster Forward. And don't forget to follow our shit.
Follow it up.